What's good, Virgo? Welcome back. We're going to get into another collective reading for today. Today, we're going to get into what's coming towards you for the single people, okay? This is for the single people. This is for the single people that's not single and looking, but this is for the single people who's enjoying being single and tapping into their own self-love and all that good shit. So we're going to get into it. Hard to figure out. Afraid of love, Virgo. Intensity. Okay, Virgo, so we're going to dive deeper into this message. If you have Virgo anywhere in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, it could be a message here for you. Cross watchers, you are welcome as well. So we're going to tap into the energy of our singles right now. We got afraid to love and hard to figure out. You also have intensity. I feel like you're real intense with blocking your heart, especially when it comes to love and things like this. It's like, I'm afraid to put myself out there. Let's get some clarity right here on this afraid to love. Maturity. Okay, it's not like you're afraid to love, but you know what love comes with. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you're afraid to waste your time. It's like you have matured in a way that maybe you don't see love the way you used to see it. Okay, you see love as something that can potentially hurt you if you let it in. Okay, you feel like you reached a level of maturity of love not being like a fairy tale, but actually being something that can be dangerous. This is what I feel. Let's pull into this next energy. Hard to figure out. Clinging to the past. Okay, hard to figure out and clinging to the past. So it's almost like you ain't trying to figure shit out. You gonna cling to what you know, okay? You're basing love and relationships based off of your experiences throughout the years. This what has gave you a level of maturity when you feel like love ain't nothing to play with here. It's nothing to play with because it's almost like in you being so analytical, Virgo, it's almost like maybe you'll meet someone and then they switch up on you. It's hard for you to figure that out to the point that maybe you don't even want to deal with it. You have accepted the fact that people are like that and you don't even want to deal with it. Let's get into this intensity energy. It says you have such a bright light inside. Stop dimming it. So Spirit is showing me that you don't have to be so intense of being afraid to love that you let your light stop shining. Because some of you been really hurt. Some of you been really hurt to the point that you may have a negative view on love and relationships, and you don't have to be that intense about it. It's like you're really intense about it, and you don't have to be that intense about it. You just know what it is for real, and you just know if you want to put yourself in it or not, but you don't have to be so intense with the negative response when it comes to love. This is what I feel. Because even though you had some traumatic or bad situations when it came to love, you also had some positive moments as well, okay? So let's get into it. Let's get a little bit more clarity, family. If any of these messages are starting to resonate with you, get down in the comments. Let me get a purple heart. Let's pull the tarot. All right, the sun showing up here. Better days. Better days ahead. Okay? Better days ahead. Yes. Okay, this is what I see, Virgo. You reach a level of maturity. Remember, it's tapping into the energy of coming towards you concerning your single life. Okay, this is your journey that you are accepting that you're single. So what I feel here is a level of maturity. It's a phase, Virgo. First, you may go through being in love, hating love, feeling like love don't matter, love don't exist, and then you start reaching a level of maturity. You starting to realize I did have some good moments, and life has been balanced for me. I just have to choose of what I want to focus on, and it may not be love and relationships that you want to focus on, but I do feel like some form of peace to your view on love and relationships, some type of peace, okay, coming towards you. Let's get into this clinging to the past. Okay, happiness. All right. Clinging to the past is the heart of this situation. Hard to figure out because you're clinging to the past instead of living in happiness. Let's get some clarification here. Don't try to figure out what you don't understand when it comes to love and all that. Don't try to figure that out. Just know that sometimes shit happens that way. Everybody has free will. So if someone did you wrong, that's because they had the choice of free will. And you had the choice to be with that person or not. Okay? Let's get some clarity on this happiness. Domination. So what I feel like, if you can't tell people how to love you, and that's one realization that you got to come to. You can't tell people how to love you. You just got to understand, when you put yourself out there, when it came to love, you was 100%. And I understand why you're afraid to love now, because people ain't 100%. But when you put yourself out there, you got to know it's a risk. And I feel like what's coming towards you, Virgo, is a lot of maturity, a lot of realization. The Temperance card, being able to take accountability for the role that you may have played in your own heartbreak, because this is important for you to address at this time. This maturity is important for you to address at this time, because I feel really intense energy that's blocking your light due to a situation dealing with love that got you so afraid that you may view love in a negative way, and it could be dimming your light. Okay, let's get some clarity here on stop dimming your light. Interference. Okay, yes, that's exactly what I feel. You clinging to the past, letting your past interfere with your light. Okay, your happiness, your internal happiness. It's time to do some shadow work, Virgo. All right, Ace of Earth. It's time to do some shadow work. Earth sign, Virgo, coming up. It's time to do some shadow work. It's time to do some cleaning your environment, changing up your environment. Stop dwelling and clinging on to the past because you wasn't analytical enough to figure out somebody was playing games. You needed to go through whatever it is that you went through, okay? Because you needed that balance. You needed to see that, okay? But now it's time for you to focus on your maturity. This is what I see coming towards my single people. It's time for you to focus on your maturity, not being so intense about the things that didn't work out in your love life, but focusing on your own growth here. Focusing on your own growth, all right? Stop clinging to the past and feel like you made a mistake. You needed to learn those things so you could mature into the person that you were meant to be. Don't let your heartbreak interfere with your growth, okay? This is what I see for you at this time, Virgo. I hope it's helpful. I hope it gives someone some form of clarity. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, Virgo. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, family.